I'm Noel Scott. X marks the spot for In Your Backyard. Coming up on our next show, transgendered life in London.
My sense of being female is a feeling. It's a feeling. It's an internal feeling that you can't change it.
That's In Your Backyard every weekday after the news at noon, only on 106.9 The X, where local news comes first. Imagine yourself in a body that you've been in your whole life, but it never felt like the one that you wanted. It's almost as if your outside reflection didn't match that of how you felt on the inside. Now, what if that was based on your gender? A man inside a woman's body or a woman inside a man's body? For many, this is a reality.
My sense of being female is a feeling. It's a feeling. It's an internal feeling that you can't change it.
Kimberly is an older man who was transgendered. As a request, her voice has been masked to help keep her identity unknown. Kimberly hasn't transitioned and is a male most of the time. Though an outer image of a male is predominant, Kimberly's inner sense is that of a female. This can be called gender dysphoria, which means discontent with the biological sex.
It waxes and wanes, and sometimes it becomes overwhelming. It is an anxiety situation. As far as I'm concerned, it's not a mental disorder or anything like that. It's a case of anxiety. Being prevented from self-expression, true self-expression, it's very confining.
Transitioning isn't an easy task to take on. For many transgendered people who want to undergo gender reassignment, there are steps. The first of these steps would be a psychiatric assessment to help with depression and anxiety that can be associated with gender dysphoria. After the psychiatric assessment has been completed, hormonal therapy can start.
So we block the testosterone and replace it with estrogen and progesterone, which are the two female hormones. If it's the other way around, if it's a female going to male, again we block the estrogen and progesterone with the same kind of nasal spray, and that we add testosterone.
Dr. James Martin is with the Southern Ontario Fertility Clinic in London, Ontario, and helps transgendered people with their hormonal therapy. Through the therapy, more male or female characteristics will start to show. Combined with hormones, many transgendered people will have other cosmetic surgeries done and can include chest reshaping, jaw reshaping, breast removal, and implants. Since these are cosmetic surgeries, healthcare doesn't cover the cost for many of the surgeries, and they need to be paid up front. For some transgendered people, working can be achievable, while for others it isn't.
If I were to go dressed up properly even in a proper business suit, gender appropriate, then somebody would look at me and say, I don't think so, and I don't care what your resume looks like. Goodbye. It's as simple as that. So it's very difficult for us.
There aren't only the monetary costs to think about. One of the reasons that Kimberly hasn't transitioned yet is because of other reasons.
The human cost of transitioning is very high. Transitioning for me would have cost me my job at the time, my career, would have likely cost me my family. The general population and society at large doesn't accept they don't understand what transsexualism is.
Transgender people have a hard time not only finding a job, but maintaining one through their transition. In recent weeks, an Albertan teacher from the Catholic School Board was fired because he was undergoing gender reassignment. Nicole Nussbaum is a London lawyer and knows that many transgendered people face much barriers in the workplace.
These issues take the form of both workplace harassment as well as termination when an individual transitions, or poisoned work environments occurring when somebody transitions in the workplace.
Nicole is transgendered herself. Among litigation work, she does a lot of education and coaching work for her clients. If things aren't going well at work for a transgendered person, education can greatly help.
The earlier that somebody contacts me, the better, because early intervention can often cure a problem in the workplace.
Transgendered people are covered under the Sex and Disability section of the Human Rights Code. Though to fire someone based on their sex and how they may present themselves seems to be something that has been well defined, many transgendered people face this on a daily basis.
Trans people have a lot to offer in the workplace. When somebody transitions on the job, they demonstrate the ability to balance a number of priorities while maintaining their job performance.
An Ontario-based group is pulling 1,000 transgendered people to take a look at barriers that they face. Once completed, a report will be filed and is known as TransPulse, which will be released in 2010. This will allow officials to see what type of discrimination trans people face in areas such as the workplace and in healthcare. For In Your Backyard, I'm Noel Scott.